they're not combined with other things. It's interesting, but you would think that maybe you would combine them all together, all of those inner steps. But no, each one is viewed independently. That's what Rabbi Yochanan says, and therefore the halacha, even though you have another halacha walking it to the altar, but because it's not a matir, it's considered independent and it makes pigul just on its own.
Koans can't have ADD. That's basically the. Good luck, man. That's a tough job.
It's got to be a lot of training there.
The Levium, your job is easier. Just sing and play instruments.
You stand over there.
Watch.
Amalei Abaya says to Rava. Rava gave an explanation for Rabbi Yochanan that because it's not a matir, so even one is significant. Abaya says, "Rishchita sechad min akvasim," shechting one of the sheep. The avodah sheina matirta, that doesn't allow the meat to be eaten or the breads to be eaten. You still have to sprinkle the blood. That's not a matir. He's asking. Abaya is asking. The shchita is not a matir. Upliki, and there still is a machlokes there regarding if it's considered half a matir, if there's pigul by half a matir. If someone shechs one of the sheep to eat the breads the following day, or the Chachamim say that that's only partial. But according to Rava, where you only say that there's an issue with partial service, is only by a matir. The shechita is not a matir. You need to do this rika. This rika is a matir. Amarlei, Rava responds back, Misabras lechem b'taner kodesh. Do you think that the bread gets sanctified by just putting it in the oven? Shchitas kvasam mekadshale. The shechita is a matir. It sanctifies the bread by that slaughtering. The shechita is a permitter. What does it mean permitter in this case? It means it's sanctifier. And sanctifying is like a permitter. Masav Rav Simin Barashi asks, Achirim is another name for Reb Meir.
Why?
Because there was a story.
No, it's very interesting to know why. I mean, you should say Rabbi Meir. Why
Right.
Achirim?
What happened was, Reb Shimon ben Gamliel was the Nasi, and he changed the way that people should stand up. Reb Meir was the Chacham, and Reb Nassan was the Av Bezdin. And everyone was standing up when they entered the room equally. Reb Shimon ben Gamliel said it's not right. The Nasi should get more respect. And so he said that when the Nasi comes in, everyone stands up the whole time, and they wait for him to sit down. When the Chacham, when they come in, then they just stand up row by row. As he's coming in, they sit down as he's coming in. They came in, they said, who changed this? They said, Reb Shimon ben Gamliel changed this. He said, he shouldn't even be the Nasi. He doesn't know Masechtas Uktzin. I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about Masechtas Uktzin, we're going to embarrass him. And who can be Mi Yamal Gvuras Hashem, who can be the Nasi? Only someone that knows Kol Tehillah, only that knows the whole Torah. So the following day, actually that night, there was a student that was helpful to Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. He stood outside his room and he shouted the Mishnayos of Uktzin. So he said, what's going on over here? He paid attention, and the following day they asked him a question in Uktzin, and he knew the answer. He said, if not for this fellow, I would have been embarrassed. But because of this, what they did, Reb Meir and Reb Nassan were sent out of the yeshiva. And all the questions they had, they were throwing out. They were throwing outside. So what's going on? He's outside. Anyway, because of that, they put in the Mishnayos, they didn't put Reb Meir's name sometimes. Reb Nassan is called Yeshaimrim, and Reb Meir is called Achirim. Others say Reb Meir.
It was powerful.
Right? Yeah, it was. Well, actually, the question I saw in the Sefer, that why did, if they held that he shouldn't be the Nasi, so why did they wait for him to do this thing with the standing up? They should have said he shouldn't be the Nasi. It's qualification, wasn't qualified. Why did they wait to get insulted? said like this, that the Nasi is Malchus. Malchus is Makabel from the higher spheres. Reb Meir is the Chacham. He's Chachma. So if the Nasi was Makabel from Chachma, so then he didn't, even though he doesn't have it on his own, but he's receiving from Reb Meir, so fine. But once he's not accepting Reb Meir, so then he's not receiving fully. So then at that point, then he shouldn't be the Nasi. He has to be a receiving. Very important lesson. Okay, so Achirimam, Reb Meir says, Hiktim mulim la'arelim is kosher. What happens is, we're talking about shechting the carbon Pesach. And if he has thoughts of, when he shechts the first siman of the carbon Pesach, he has intention that those circumcised should be eating from this carbon Pesach. When he shechts the second part of the neck, he has intention that people that are not circumcised should be eating from the carbon Pesach, and that's forbidden. So we say the sacrifice is kosher. Over here it's saying that also, it doesn't mean only non-circumcised, it means also non-circumcised. He adds them in. Hiktim areilim lemulim, but however, if it's the opposite, if he says that he's shechting, if he's the first part of the neck was for those that are non-circumcised, and the second part was for those that are circumcised, then it's pasul. But kaimalon, and we've established over there in Pesachim, the b'chatzi mater pligi, that this is a discussion about chatzi mater, because both parts of the neck are the mater. And what's the problem here? What's coming out is the sages would allow this, because ein psulim b'chatzi mater. Coming out is that the shechita is considered. The shechita is considered a chatzi mater, according to the way Rav explained Rabbi Yochanan, that when it comes to things that are not matirim, each act is viewed independently. So, and over here there's no bread that goes along with it. Before we said that the shechita is considered a mater to the bread because it sanctifies the bread. Over here it's a carbon Pesach, and we're viewing each part of the shechita as half a mater. The problem is that when it comes to things that are not matirim, you don't view them as half a mater. Each one is considered independent, and it's considered a whole activity. Do you think that the blood becomes sanctified while it's in the neck? Sakin mekad, it's the holy knife that sanctifies the blood, that allows it to be sprinkled. And sanctifying it is like being a mater, and therefore you have both of them. Therefore it's considered a chatzi mater. Toshima. When do we say that it's pigol b'kmitza u'b'matan keli u'b'hilach? This is only by the kmitza, putting the kmitza into the vessel, or by walking it up. Aha! My love, walking it up, we said. Hilach daktara, it's walking it up to burn it. Loi. Hilach d'matan keli, it's walking to the vessel to put it into the vessel. The kmitza needs to be put into the vessel. The levaina is not put into a vessel, so there's only one hilach. That would be an answer. Ihachi d'matan keli u'behilach. It says you put it into the vessel and you walk it up. It should say behilach of matan keli mibayale. It should be the opposite. You walked it to put it into the vessel. The order is wrong. It says halei kasha. That's not a problem. Tani hachi bolei laktara. Tani hachi. Teach it like that. Then it says bolei laktara. It says if he comes to offer it up. Why does he say he comes to offer it up? Bolei lahilacha mibayale. It should say he walks it up because you have the same problem by the walking as you do by the burning. You skipped out that main point. Halei kasha. Even the halacha tzarach aktari, karli aktara. That's what it means. It calls it he comes to burn it. He's coming to burn it. He's coming to offer it. It means that he's walking it up. It says if he puts the kaimitz quietly, it should say that he's walking it up. What does this mean? We're talking about here. Why does it say nasan? That he's putting the kaimitz. It should say that if we're talking about that you have to walk the kaimitz to the vessel, it should have said that he walks the kaimitz. Why does it say that he puts it into the vessel? It sounds like he's not walking to the vessel. So the Gemara concludes that this is a kasha on Reish Lakish, because according to this, Reish Lakish said that halacha is like the haktara, and therefore it's only considered half. But here we're saying clearly that the halacha makes a full pickle. Okay, let's stop over here. We'll stop at that.
Is the kain and the donor better have right thoughts.